So really what I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight was just focusing on what your game plan is. I think what I was reflecting on is what our mindset is about our business, okay? And how it's going to need to change for this business. And what I mean by that is that what we have to do is we have to realize that we're in control of our business. We have the same opportunity that any of the top 150 income earners that got named yesterday have. There's not anything different. It's just a matter of deciding what you want out of this business. And so the first thing is, if you are going for the Ruby bonus or beyond, the first thing you have to do is decide that you're going to do it. Make that decision that this is your month and put it all over your house. Put it on the background of your phone, put it on different areas and that you're going to see, put it on your bathroom mirror, anything like that. And really just focus on getting that done. Okay. And then after you decide, this should happen today. Okay. It's already the 3rd. We can't waste any more time. So it should happen today. Tonight you have to decide. And what I mean by deciding is knowing that there is nothing that I have done that anybody else has done that's different than what you can do. Okay. There's nothing different in that. I don't have any secret tools or weapons or whatever. But what I do have is a work ethic and I have persistence. And I think that when you focus on those things that you can control, right, your attitude and the effort that you're putting in, then you're going to feel so much better about your business, right? I think a lot of us look at our business and it becomes this big, scary thing when we put a goal on it, right? And I heard somebody say once, I said it last night on the family call, but so many of us set a deadline instead of setting a timeline, right? And we think we do this not just with ranking up, but we said this with weight loss. We said this with when we should get married by. We set this with whatever. And we say, oh, well, if I can't get there by this, then, oh crap, well, I'm just not going to do it. Or, okay, well, I didn't lose 20 pounds. So the fact that I lost 10 isn't even a win, right? But that's all in our mindset. And so what we have to do with our business is we have to focus on what we want. Okay. Promotions and bonuses don't happen by accident. They happen by deciding at the beginning of the month that come hell or high water, you are going to do this, okay? That you are going to promote no matter what. If you weren't on the family call last night, Pam said that historically, July has been one of our best months, okay? We've done some of the most sales in July. And so what I encourage you guys to do is to stop putting limitations in your mind. Stop limiting yourself and saying, oh, well, I don't have a team yet, or I only have one working person on my team. And get those negative thoughts out of your mind and say, I don't care what I have now because I know where I'm going. Okay, I know what my goal is. And my goal is to get to Ruby. Or my goal is to get to Emerald, and my goal is to do this, get this $1,000 bonus. And so whatever it's going to take. So after you make that decision, the second thing you have to do is figure out what you need. And this is where the game plan really comes in, right? So you are going to make that decision that this is your month, that you are going to be consistent. And even if it comes the 15th of the month, because here's where it gets tricky, right? So we make that decision. And then we work really hard for the first week and we're busting our butt and we're messaging like crazy and we're sending out customer messages. And then we get burnout, right? And then we're like, oh, I'm doing all this work and there's no results yet. And I feel like this is all for naught and I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. And a lot of times the only thing you're doing wrong is expecting it to happen sooner than it's supposed to happen or that it's going to happen, okay? Work like you're going to get the results in 3 months, but know that the results are often going to come in that first month if you stick with it. But they don't come in a week. They come in a month. Okay. So work consistently and be honest with yourself. And if you haven't been working the way that you want to work, with the consistency that you want to work, then just change it. But you can't change what you don't know you need to change. So we have to learn how to start being honest with ourselves. So make the decision that you're going to put all out effort for, 29 days that we have left. and don't half-ass it. Okay? Do not do that, because at the end of the month, you'll be like, oh, well, I told myself the same thing last month that I was going to do this, and I didn't do it because X, Y, or Z got in the way. And so I'm really serious this month, but then halfway through the month, you're not serious still. And you start getting in your own head, right? And so have weekly check-ins with yourself. This is something that I'm starting to implement, and it's really working, of figuring out, okay, what did I accomplish this week? What did I accomplish this week? Because if you don't check in with yourself weekly, weeks turn into a couple weeks, and a couple weeks turn into a month, and a month turns into 3 months. And before you know it, you're in this business for a year. Okay. And so make sure that you are doing weekly check-ins with yourself, because if not, the month can get away from you. So figure out, set your day out with intention. Right? So set your day out each day with intention. What do you want to accomplish? And focus on those things that you can control, which is how many messages you can get out, how much time you're spending interacting, how many posts you're making, and how many follow-ups you're doing. Okay? I know you guys have probably heard me talk about this in exhaustion, but that's the core 4. So making sure you're focusing on those things. If you have issues with enrolling, you're not doing one of those things consistently. Okay? So it's interacting, posting, messaging, following up. Okay? So let me see. So the next thing that you have to do is, what does your chart look like? Okay? How many people do you have? How much volume do you need? If you're like, okay, well, I only have one person and my volume is not that high, and I need, 400 boxes to be filled. That's 1,600 in volume. Okay. That's 16 triple threat orders. Okay. Break it down to yourself and figure out what it's going to take. And that's a triple threat order every other day. That is so doable, you guys. People do 1,600 in volume the last couple of days of the month when they're pushing by themselves. Ashley Hall, who's on here, she signed. Ashley, where are you at? How many customers did you sign like the last couple of days of the month when you were pushing for Emerald?
Oh my God, it was like a hot mess. I'm so sorry. I think about 14.
Okay, for in the last probably 4 days. It was crazy. And it's just because she made her decision that she was going to promote. She wasn't walking out of the month without promoting. And so when you put that into your mind and you realize nobody else is going to do this for me, nobody else is going to make this happen but me, and you put that on you, you're going to realize holy crap, I get the opportunity to do this for myself. Okay. So stop looking at your business as this big thing, right? Stop looking up and being like, oh my God, this is business and it's so overwhelming. Start being big. Start being big yourself. Start changing your attitude about how you look at this business, and look and be like, I got to look down at this business, right? This business is part of this, and I have control over it. Okay. So making sure, what does your chart look like? How many DTs do you need? And if you need 4 DTs, if you need 7 DTs, if you need 12 DTs, put on a piece of paper, that's how many lives you want to change this month. Stop saying I need to get 4 distributors. Okay. Once you start getting people, God's not going to bless you. You have to worry about helping people change their life. Okay. And once you set that intention, you're going to be blessed. Okay. Or the energy in the world, however you want to look about it, think about it. Okay. So doing that's super huge. Knowing what volume you need, super big. Okay. That is and I know some of you guys, it's scary to look in eSuite if you don't think that it's going the way that you want. Trust me, I've had the same feeling when you're like, yep, looking at the same thing over and over, nothing's happening. Well, stop getting an eSuite. Go out and do it, okay? So step 3. So going over the first 2. Number 1, making sure that you're making the decision that you're going to promote. Number 2, looking at your chart and seeing how much volume and how many DTs you need to sign. Number 3 is executing the game plan. Okay, so now you know what you need. You've already decided you're going to promote, and how are you going to make that happen? Okay, so what this is going to look like is setting your daily goals. How many power hours are you going to do? How are you changing what you're doing now to make this work for you? Okay, because if you're not getting the results, let's say you signed 12 DTs last month, okay, do the same thing you did this month if that's how many you need. But if you didn't sign the amount of distributors and the amount of customers last month that you want to sign this month, you need to change something, okay? Or else you're going to get the same results and you're going to be frustrated. So change something that you're doing. Schedule, how many power hours are you doing a week? Are you doing 1 a day? Are you doing 2 a day? I will tell you that if you put in at least 2 to 3 power hours of actual work, not power hours, like kind of scrolling and interacting, but just being on the power hour to say you were on the power hour. I'm talking about actually working and doing effective work in this business. You will promote. You will promote. It just happens that way. So making sure you're executing the game plan, figuring out how you're going to get those customers. Are you going to post more? Are you going to do that? How much time are you going to put in? What's going to make this happen for you? And if you don't know the answer to those questions, that's when you need to contact your upline. Okay? That's when you need to contact your upline. If it's, if your direct upline's not there, you need to reach out to me. Feel free to reach out to me. Look, I still have my bathing suit on, you guys. Feel free to reach out to me and we'll get a game plan going for you. But we have to get the game plan down because you have to learn how to execute after that. Okay. So don't wait till the 15th of the month and decide, holy crap, well, I want to promote and I want to get this bonus when we should have talked about this and you could have been doing 2 weeks worth of stuff. Okay. Okay. So making sure that you are realizing that this business there's no destination when it comes to rank. Okay. There's no destination. Even if you get to ambassador, you're still going to push for more. That's the beautiful thing about this business, right? But let's say your goal right now, like your goal, like you'd be like, I am so all set with being diamond, being double diamond, making $6,000 a month. Like, yes, that is me. That's where I want to go. That's where I'm headed. Act like a double diamond. Study double diamonds. Figure out what they are doing and do that. Okay? Do that. Don't work like a ruby if you want to be a double diamond because you'll stay at ruby. And change your attitude about the business. Double diamonds, they have a long-term mindset. They don't have the mindset of, oh, well, if I don't get to double diamond, then this business might not be for me if I don't get there in 5 months. Okay? Figure out what people who are where you want to be are doing so that you can do that same thing. Do not be too prideful to ask for help. Do not be too prideful to ask, what else can I be doing? Do not be too prideful to say, hey, this is where I want to be, because it's scary to say that. It's scary to say that because when you say that, guess what? You might not get it and it's scary. But if you don't say it, you're definitely not going to get it, right? So you got to pick the lesser of the two evils. And so knowing you have to change your attitude about the business if you want to get to where you want to get to. Okay. But that is up to you and you are in complete control of your business. Okay. Complete control. Again, nothing that I do, nothing that Stephanie or Joel does is something you can't do. It's just a matter of going out there and doing it. Okay. And the last thing is making sure that you're contacting every single person on your chart, that you are breaking down 400 boxes, that you are helping them promote. If you just want to promote to Ruby, but guess what? Every other person on your chart wants to promote to Ruby. Get a Ruby chart out for them. Show them exactly what it's going to take and instill that belief in them. Okay. If you don't believe you can do it, ask your upline, is this real for me to do? Like, is this actually realistic for me to do this? Because sometimes I didn't know either. I didn't know if it was realistic for me to go to Ruby to Diamond. I didn't know if it was realistic for me to go to double. I had to double check. I had to borrow some belief from Aaron. And so don't be ashamed to do that because you don't know what you don't know in this business. And making sure that you're understanding that this is possible. You just have to put your head down and get to work. Don't look right. Don't look left. Get to work. And this will freaking happen for you guys. I promise. Like, we can freaking kill July. And we are going to do that. All we have to do is change what's going on between our 2 years. Okay? That's literally what it comes down to, because there are going to be distractions. Okay. There are going to be distractions, and I'm just telling you that so you can slow down like you would for a speed bump and realize this is a distraction. Let me get refocused. Like tomorrow, I have a full day plan. We're playing golf. We're going to the pool. We're watching the fireworks. We have a full freaking day plan. And I'm sure all of you guys have a full day plan. Maybe you're going to be on the lake and you're not going to get service. Maybe you're going to be doing something and you're not sure how you're going to balance it. You want to know what I'm doing? Waking up, going to Starbucks from 7 to 9 and I'm getting my work knocked out. And that way, in between golf shots, in between a couple seconds at the pool, I can spend responding to people, but I'm still getting my crap done. Okay. But you can't say, oh, well, it's 4th of July. And I'm only saying this stuff, you guys, because I've done it before, right? I've done like, oh, well, it's too late. I'm not going to message people. It's too late to make a post. I'm already, whatever. But when you stop making those excuses in your head and you just do it, it's amazing to see what happens. I promise. I've been the girl who's quit things so many times, but I am just deciding that I'm going to be the girl that does it. And because I don't know what happens. I know what happens if I quit. But I don't know what happens when I don't quit, and I want to find out, and I want all of you guys to find out too. Do not quit this month. Do not quit this month. Go out there and stick out this month and work like every day is the last day of the month, and it's do or die. Work like you're going to stay up till 1 o'clock to get that freaking customer order through, because that's when they said they would be available, because they're on freaking Pacific time, and they're not getting home from work until that time, and that's when they're going to be in front of a computer. You best set your alarm. I've done that plenty of times, okay? And so just understanding what it's going to take to promote. Okay, I know, Ashley, I didn't even tell you I was going to do this because I didn't really know. But we have a couple minutes, and I wanted to ask a couple people who promoted last month just one tip that they would share with everybody on what it takes to promote and what you learned during promotion month. So, Ashley Hall, I'm going to ask you to share. Hopefully. Hi.
Hi. So something that really worked for me was host to post, and Alyssa helped me with this. She sent me what she was saying to everybody. So I ended up doing a raffle. So at the end of the month, I did a raffle, and I just kind of messaged everyone and asked them if they wanted to be a part of the raffle. All they had to do was put a post on my wall. On their wall, and tag me in it. So do a host to post. But anybody that said no to me, I would ask them to do a host to post, or anybody that was like, oh, I don't have the money, or even like potential DTs that never signed. I just asked everybody to do a host to post. I feel like anybody, like, say anything to me. You want to do a host to post? You want to be in my raffle? You want to do this? So that worked out really well. Even people that I was getting from the host to post that I was talking to, they were even doing host to post for me.
Yeah.
So that worked really well.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, congrats on promoting.
Thanks.
Yeah. Let me see. Kelsey Fisher, you promoted too. Tell me what worked really well for you. And if you don't want to share your video, you don't have to. Just unmute yourself.
Just being consistent with my posts, I feel like, and I tried to do as many polls as possible. It was like my wedding month too, so it was insane, but I tried so hard every day just to keep messaging people and keep at it. And then I last minute added my now husband on to being a distributor on my team. So I just sucked it up and made it work.
Yeah. And I think that how cool of that's part of your story that you promoted during your freaking wedding month. I don't even know if anybody else can say that.
It was so freaking crazy, and I broke out a lot, but it worked. So it was worth it.
Oh my gosh. I love that. Well, thanks for sharing. And I think, that is one of the best things about this business is that you get to work your life around it. You don't have to work your life around the business, right? You don't have to sit there and, stop what you're doing in order to work the business. You get to keep doing what you're doing and work the business alongside of it. And so congrats to you guys for promoting. And I know that this is going to be a promotion month for so many of you guys. What a blessing. They brought all these bonuses back to give you guys the opportunity to earn all of this money. But just know that I'm here to support you guys. I am so freaking pumped for you guys to promote this month. I bet you all of you guys on here are going to promote because you're just showing determination by just being on here anyways. On the 3rd, the eve of 4th of July, and knowing that we all have stuff to do, and just taking a few minutes out of your day to realize holy crap, I'm still committed to my business no matter what comes along. Right. And this is something that is so doable. You're going to look back and you're never going to regret working hard during this time. You're never going to be like, dang, I wish I wouldn't have worked so hard, right? I wish I wouldn't have worked so hard to earn that bonus. You're always going to look back and be like, I'm so glad I did that. After I promoted Brian and I to triple, I was literally like, dead tired. Like I was like, I just want to sleep for a whole day, but it was like such a good feeling. You know, when you go to the gym and you're so tired after going to the gym and you're just sore, but it's like a good sore and you're like excited about being sore. It's like that. Okay. Because you know where your work is going and it's going towards your future. So I'm pumped for all of you guys. Please feel free to contact me if you need anything, if you want help setting up a game plan and getting super focused this month. Don't be scared to reach out and ask for help. I still do it, Erin, if I'm feeling lost in my chart, if I don't know where my focus is, it's supposed to be. You know, I still reach out to her. I'm like, okay, I just need a brain to bounce something off of. Can you just listen for a second and make sure that I'm going in the right direction? So feel free to reach out to me. I love you guys all so much, and I hope you guys all enjoy your holiday. Bye, guys.